Welcome to UBG Bytes. Today, we're ripping open the hood on AI and machine learning, specifically how it all gets done in the Azure cloud. This isn't just about the hype, you know. We're diving straight into the practical reality of the nuts and bolts. Getting machines to do what used to take human smarts. You send us a wicked stack of sources, and our mission today is, well, to cut through the noise and pull out the absolute best insights for you. Fast.
Exactly. We're going to walk you through the core concepts, yeah. Hit you with some fascinating real-world applications, break down the current practices and the powerful tools that make this possible, and then peek at what's next on the horizon.
Like an all-access pass.
Think of it that way, yeah. Your all-access pass to understanding the actual brains and infrastructure behind modern AI. We'll explore how algorithms learn, how deep learning builds these incredible models, and how generative AI is truly creating original content right out of thin air. Text, images, you name it.
Okay, so we've got everything from the nitty-gritty of training and deployment to the wild world of multi-agent systems that, practically run themselves.
Pretty much. You'll hear about Microsoft Copilot making your daily grind easier, for sure. And also the intricate dance of MLOps and Gen AI apps that keeps these systems humming smoothly, securely, and scalably.
Right. Get ready for some serious aha moments then. Hashtag tag tag brief overview. So, okay, for our listeners, maybe they're already kind of clued into the AI space. What specific advancements, what core ideas are really defining how AI and ML are being built out and deployed, within Azure right now?
Yeah, that's the right question to ask. Our sources, they really highlight that, well, everyone knows what AI is. The real magic is in the refinement. We're talking about how algorithms, those precise instructions, they're now powering increasingly sophisticated machine learning models that learn from just vast data sets.
Right.
And pushing that envelope, that's deep learning, using complex multi-layered neural networks to tackle truly intricate patterns like recognizing faces or understanding human language.
Right. So it's about pushing those foundational techniques, getting more out of them. And the game changer everyone's talking about, generative AI. How does that fit into this evolving picture?
Precisely. Generative AI, it fundamentally shifts things from just predicting or classifying to creating. It's trained to generate entirely original content, natural language, images, audio, even code.
Oh.
Yeah. You just describe what you want, maybe in plain language, and the model crafts it. This is where systems like Microsoft Copilot come in, an Azure OpenAI service, giving you direct access to incredibly powerful language models. GPT-4o, GPT 3.5 Turbo, the big ones.
So it's really changing how we interact with apps.
Yeah.
Moving from clicks to conversation.
Totally. It's transforming that interaction layer. This isn't some distant sci-fi fantasy anymore. It's real-world tech, fundamentally changing how businesses operate today.
Okay, so for this session then, what's our guiding mission as we go through these sources you've got?
Right. Our mission is basically to strip away the mystique, all these powerful AI components within Azure. We want to show you, practically, how they're being used to solve complex problems and highlight the robust frameworks that make sure they run securely, efficiently, and, at scale, will connect the dots. Foundational concepts to bleeding-edge applications, giving you a really clear picture of how these systems are actually built and managed in the real world. Hashtag notable cases.
All right, enough high-level talk. Let's get into the juice. Where is this AI stuff actually making a tangible difference? What are some of the standout stories from the sources you've looked at, the ones that really highlight the impact?
Oh, there are some incredible examples. Really wicked, cool stuff. Take Volkswagen, for instance. They're leveraging machine translation to truly speak Volkswagen in 60 different languages.
50, wow.
Yeah, imagine the complexity. Seamless global communication. Or consider Cry. They're using Azure OpenAI to fundamentally improve client service in healthcare, making it more accessible.
That's massive. Using AI to actually make healthcare more accessible, that's pretty damn impactful, seriously.
It absolutely is. Then you've got companies like C.H. Robinson, logistics giant, right?
Yeah.
Using Azure AI to automate and optimize their entire supply chain, overcoming decades-old inefficiencies.
It's not just efficiency, it's like building intelligence into the core business.
Exactly. A competitive advantage built on intelligence. And it's not just the huge corporations making these sweeping changes, right? It impacts things we see every single day, or even our local businesses.
Yeah, good point. How so?
You're spot on. Consider something like Next order forecasting, NOF, merchandise distributors, they're using AI and machine learning now to predict customer order quantities down to individual items, specific store locations.
Okay, that's granular.
Super granular. This helps them recommend products, optimize inventory, drastically reduce transportation costs, and even avoid wasting perishable goods, which is huge.
Right, less waste.
Yeah. And it's not just e-commerce. It's being applied in hospitality, predicting menu item demand. In healthcare, for medical supply forecasts, even manufacturing, for raw material demand, it's about being profoundly smarter with resources, significantly cutting waste.
So making businesses not just more profitable, but more sustainable too. That's a big angle. What about like visual stuff? How's AI impacting things we see?
Image classification, seeing huge adoption there. Think fashion websites automatically tagging products from, say, uploaded customer photos.
Oh, yeah.
Or streaming platforms analyzing game screenshots to classify video games. Helps content creators categorize their massive libraries, keep viewership up. It's a massive time saver.
That is clever. Seriously. What about something even more universally mundane, like documents? We all drown in those.
Yeah, automated document processing, massive area. Companies are deploying Azure AI document intelligence to identify, extract, structure information from all sorts of forms, documents, invoices, insurance claims, permits, maintenance records, you name it.
And the benefit?
It can cut manual effort by up to 90%.
90%. Damn.
Yeah. And then there's the whole scenario of using AI for like deeper insights. Remember the JFK assassination records data set?
The JFK files.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. AI enrichment, combining image and text processing, it extracted meaning from incredibly complex, unstructured historical info, stuff that would take humans years to sift through.
That's a whole other level. Chewing through massive historical data, pulling out insights that were just buried.
Exactly. And in a more real-time setting, we're seeing automated call transcript analysis, converting customer service calls to text, intelligently redacting sensitive info, and then using Azure OpenAI to extract insights like, why are people calling? Was the issue resolved? What was the customer sentiment?
That saves agents time, right, and gives businesses feedback.
A ton of time.
Yeah.
And invaluable feedback, exactly.
So basically, if there's data, AI can make sense of it and help you do something genuinely useful with it. Historical, real-time doesn't matter.
That's the gist of it, yeah. Hashtag tag current practices.
All right, so we've seen where AI is making waves, making a real difference. Now let's pull back the curtain. Look at the nuts and bolts. How are organizations actually building and managing these incredibly sophisticated systems on Azure today? What's the practical side look like for someone, wanting to get started?
Okay, yeah. It really starts with a comprehensive platform, Microsoft Fabric. It's pitched as this end-to-end solution, covers everything, data movement, ingestion, all the way to real-time analytics and reporting.
And an all-in-one powerhouse.
Pretty much. A unified analytics powerhouse. Services like Fabric Data Engineer, Data Factory, Data Science, and crucially, it's all built around one lake, which is like a single centralized spot for all your data. Structured, unstructured. Think OneDrive for data.
OneDrive for data, I like that.
Yeah, the real insight there is how much it simplifies things, these complex data landscapes. It lets you scale your AI efforts across the whole enterprise without getting bogged down in like a million different data silos.
So all your data in one place. Easy to access, easy to manage. That sounds a hell of a lot less painful than juggling a dozen separate databases. That's a common headache. Right?
Oh, absolutely. It drastically simplifies things, reduces data sprawl, enables a true single source of truth, which is key for actual data prep. Fabric Data Factory is critical. It can ingest, transform data from hundreds of sources, supports code first, sure, but also low-code onto drag-and-drop data pipelines.
Accessible then.
Yeah. And Azure Databricks is key for building robust machine learning workflows, especially with feature engineering. This is crucial because it transforms raw data into the high-quality signals that really optimize model performance. It's about making your data actually smart enough for the AI.
Right. Gotcha. That's the data plumbing, making sure the models get the right fuel. What about building the actual AI models themselves?
For custom AI, Azure Machine Learning is the central hub, your main spot. It's an enterprise-grade service designed for the whole lifecycle. Experimentation, training, deployment, managing operations, everything. It supports automated machine learning, AutoML, which is fantastic for folks who maybe don't have deep data science expertise. And it even offers low-code UIs to get started quickly.
So you don't need to be a total coding wizard to even begin experimenting.
Right.
Building your own models. That's pretty damn empowering.
Exactly. And then there's Azure AI Foundry. That helps you deploy generative AI apps responsibly. It gives access to those powerful foundation models and critical tools like prompt flow.
Prompt flow.
Yeah, it streamlines the development cycle for generative AI. It lets you do this modular orchestration of prompts. Think of it as like a specialized debugger and workflow tool for your AI conversations.
So it's all about engineering the right conversation to get the AI to say what you want reliably.
Basically, yeah, engineering those prompts effectively, getting the best, most consistent output, managing the complexity of interacting with these huge language models. Now, one of the biggest patterns right now,
Oh.
and a real game changer for businesses, is retrieval augmented generation, AIR.
AI.
Okay, the true aha frag, it's realizing it lets enterprises leverage these cutting-edge LLMs with their own specific proprietary data without the insane cost and complexity of retraining a massive foundation model from scratch.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
So this is how you make an AI model smart about, like, my company's private documents,
Yep.
my internal knowledge base, without having to retrain the whole damn thing with billions of data points. That's genuinely huge for any business.
Precisely. That's the power of RAG. It essentially democratizes advanced AI customization, the process. It involves several steps. First, break your massive documents into smaller, semantically meaningful chunks.
Okay, chunking.
Then, use embedding models. Convert those chunks into numerical vectors, representing their semantic meaning. These embeddings, they get stored in a specialized search index, like Azure AI Search.
So wait, you can search not just by keywords, but by meaning, by context. That's a profound shift.
Exactly. That's the core idea. When a user asks a question, their query also gets vectorized, and the system quickly finds the most semantically relevant chunks from your data. You can use various sophisticated search methods, vector search, full text search, or a hybrid search that combines both.
It's hybrid. Okay.
There's also query translation, where AI can augment, decompose, even rewrite your query to get better, more precise results.
Okay, that sounds like a lot of moving parts, though, especially if you want to do it at scale. How do you keep it all running smoothly, reliably, securely?
Yeah, good question. That's where MLOps and Gen AI Ops come in. MLOps is about operationalizing machine learning, using CI/CD pipelines, continuous integration, continuous delivery to automate everything, model training, deployment, monitoring.
Standard DevOps stuff, kind of.
Yeah, sort of, but yeah. Gen AI Ops extends this to generative AI, recognizing new patterns like prompt engineering, the complexities of RLAG. The real insight here, it's not just code deployment. It's managing model drift, ensuring data quality, handling the non-deterministic nature of AI outputs, which adds layers of complexity traditional DevOps never had to deal with.
So it's basically DevOps for AI, but way more complex, because the thing you're deploying keeps learning and changing on its own.
Got it. Exactly. It includes things like persona-based, role-based access control, RBAC, making sure only the right people access sensitive data, critical infrastructure, super crucial. There's also a quarantine pattern for secure package management.
Quarantine pattern.
Yeah, it means every new component, every library used in your ML pipeline is first isolated, scanned for vulnerabilities before it's allowed into production, gives data scientists self-service but keeps security rock solid. Plus, automated security scans integrated into deployment processes from the jump.
Okay, makes sense. And what about managing the actual calls to these big language models, especially if you have multiple clients? You need really high availability, performance.
Right. That's often handled by putting an API gateway in front of your Azure OpenAI deployments. This centralized control point, it's essential. Manages custom authentication, tracks usage for different clients, super important for chargeback billing.
Money trail.
Exactly. Load balancing requests, even orchestrating safe blue-green or canary deployments for rolling out new models with minimal risk. It just centralizes security, performance management, governance for all your AI interactions.
So the gateway is like the bouncer, the traffic controller,
Yeah.
and the data manager, all rolled into one. Makes perfect sense.
You nailed it. #tag future implications.
So, okay, we've covered what's happening now, core concepts, use cases, how it's being operationalized. What's next? AI and machine learning in this space. What are the big shifts or the gnarly challenges on the horizon?
Well, the continuous evolution of foundation models. That's a massive factor.
Right.
These models are constantly getting tweaks, minor ones, intermediate updates with new capabilities, major version updates that really transform their reasoning abilities. And even generational leaps, like the jump from GPT-3 to GPT-4, are fundamentally expanding their utility.
So it's definitely not a set it and forget it kind of deal then. Not at all. You've always got to be ready for the next big thing, the next fundamental capability shift.
Exactly. And this means your architecture. It needs to support these changes gracefully without blowing up your whole system every 6 months. We're talking about designing for change from the ground up with automated pipelines for ML ops, Gen AI ops, and even data ops, data operations to test, evaluate every single change, models, prompts, data, ensuring continuous improvement and, crucially, stability.
More automation to handle constant change. I get it. Makes sense. What about the models themselves? Are they getting even crazier, like in terms of what they can process?
They absolutely are. The rise of multimodal models, GPT-4v, GPT-4o, means they can interpret images, other media directly without needing separate image chunking and description generation steps.
Wait, directly?
Directly. This could simplify RE solutions significantly, make it way easier to build systems that understand complex visual and textual information together. Less pre-processing, more direct understanding. That's truly groundbreaking stuff.
Yeah, that's remarkable. What about beyond single models, like models working together?
Good question. We're also seeing an increasing focus on sophisticated multi-agent workflow automation solutions. Think custom-coded, specialized AI agents collaborating through a central orchestrator to manage complex cross-departmental business processes.
Like what?
Like employee onboarding, maybe, contract management, even clinical trial coordination. Super complex stuff. This isn't just automating individual tasks anymore. It's building truly adaptive, continuously improving business processes, where AI systems learn to collaborate, moving beyond simple automation to orchestrate entire departmental functions.
So AI won't just do one task. It'll effectively manage entire projects with multiple AI brains working together. That sounds intense, but incredibly powerful.
It's happening now, enabling these scalable automation pipelines that learn and continuously improve themselves. And throughout all this, the importance of solid architectural principles, security, reliability, cost optimization, performance efficiency, it just becomes even more critical.
Right.
Designing for secure, multi-tenant RAG solutions, for example, ensuring data isolation for each customer. That's going to be paramount as these systems become ubiquitous.
So it sounds like AI isn't just changing industries, it's also fundamentally changing how we build, manage, how we even think about software systems, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in ways we're probably just beginning to grasp.
Absolutely. It's a paradigm shift. #, hag outro.
Man, okay. That was a lot to chew on. But seriously, the way these AI and ML concepts are being operationalized, scaled on Azure, it's just incredible. It's not just about what AI can do anymore. It's how these platforms make it practical for organizations to actually use it safely, efficiently, to solve truly difficult real-world problems.
Totally agree. And the emphasis on ML ops and Gen AI ops, it isn't just like technical plumbing. It's about building repeatable, maintainable, secure systems. Systems that can adapt as AI models evolve at this crazy pace, understanding these patterns. From intelligent data ingestion, managing model life cycles, leveraging API gateways for control. That's absolutely key to using this technology responsibly and effectively.
Absolutely. It's pretty mind-boggling when you think about how many processes, global logistics, personalized healthcare are being optimized, transformed by this tech. The potential for further innovation is just, well, it's bonkers.
It really is. The speed at which these capabilities are advancing, it means continuous learning, adaptation. That's absolutely vital for any organization. The systems we've talked about today, they're designed to do exactly that, provide the frameworks for continuous improvement and unlocking new capabilities we couldn't even imagine just a few years ago.
So if you're out there building stuff, remember this. The future isn't just about the coolest new AI model. It's about how you engineer the entire damn pipeline to make that model useful, reliable, secure for you, for your business. Keep digging into those docs, because the more you understand how these systems are built, the more you'll grasp their true power, their potential.
Well said. And what questions does this spark for you listening out there? What part of operationalizing AI is most relevant to your world right now? Where are you seeing these patterns make the biggest difference?
Seriously, hit us up with those questions. We want to know. Until next time, stay curious and keep diving into the knowledge.
You've been listening to UBG Bytes.